Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Taylor. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The Colts send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. It's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts sets up to throw it. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. The Colts at 9-1 on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. This is intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now, these two teams, the Eagles and Colts, the 2 best rushing teams in the NFL in 2021 a season ago. The Eagles, maybe a surprise to many that they were number 1 last year. Of course, they got a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback that helped them. And the Colts, with Jonathan Taylor, they were number 2. On 2nd and 9, Ryan, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. There he goes left side. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique, his ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the
open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Colts 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Ryan. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. And the Colts 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 21.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Ryan. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Work out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts. But it's caught on the right side at Smith.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Hurts.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The
Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Ryan to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Ryan. And that going to be taken in by Ashton Dulin. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Ryan. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. In motion goes the tight end.
They go play action with Hurts.
On the move to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. In motion right is Watkins.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That was signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check contact.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They're going to look to throw.
Hurts fumbles it,
and the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
21.
They go play action with Ryan.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And they get the guard, Marcus Cannon. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Ryan.
A throw on the money there to Doolin.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
19 right.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 27-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partners, not often did you see one of those big tight ends get overthrown in the end zone, but we just saw it happen.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Warriors 17. No check.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
7 Pirates.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
Well, just as they thought they were going to add to their lead, the rug gets pulled from right underneath them on that pick. And now after that big return, might be the other sideline grabbing the lead.
Yeah, very well could be. This is where you count on your defense to go out and make, I'm not going to call it a miraculous stop, but make it very difficult for them to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll run here with Taylor. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Again, it'll be Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may have turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion. And that makes this a 1-point game now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Okay,
They're
ready?
backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
21. 11. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Colts take over a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Play action. It's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. The man in motion is Brown. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Ready?
But first down, Hurts. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
In motion right is Watkins. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Ready, set.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Watkins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
69
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. A gain of 22.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Ready, ready. Cut back in, cut back in.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Near the sideline, Smith making the grab. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Eagles are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Colts on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ryan. Catch made here by Campbell. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
19 right.
Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
He'll find Sermon out of the backfield.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 18. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Let's go now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here we go. Set. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 18 Pirates.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Drop 50.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, a 20-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing now is Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Ryan to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's caught. Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
On the jump.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Man over left side is Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
20. Hey, Tuesday.
And the tight end goes in motion left. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
But what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Eagles, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.